Bishop Tyson,
Thank you.
Father Spitzer, clergy and friends, welcome, and thank you for your attendance tonight. My name is Kathleen Wilmes, and I'm the director of the Central Washington Catholic Foundation. First, I'd like to thank the St. Joseph Youth Choir and their choir director, Hippolito Perez, for entertaining us tonight. I believe they're all at Dairy Queen now, having... I think they were quite happy to move on. The celebration of faith gives us an opportunity to come together to celebrate the sharing and passing on of our faith through education. While the partners will all be recognized in just a few minutes by Bishop Tyson, I would like to take a minute to recognize the Diocese of Yakima. This year, they are new matching partners with the foundation. Bishop Tyson and the diocese have made a tremendous commitment to ensuring that our parishes and schools, especially those in our struggling rural communities, have resources they need to support our kids in faith, and we are deeply grateful. Many of you already know, but the Central Washington Catholic Foundation was established in 2002 and serves as the community foundation for you, the Catholics of Central Washington. The foundation holds over 35 endowment funds, and the endowments provide for parishes, schools, scholarships, cemetery, and ministries that are near and dear to the hearts of our donors and our founding organizations. The foundation strives to provide financial support to sustain the Central Washington faith community, especially in regards to faith education. The Catholic Foundation Board of Trustees are what anyone would refer to as a working board. In the last year, they've been working hard to ensure that all of the funds are invested in compliance with Catholic responsible investing. They're co-sponsoring end-of-life workshops together with Catholic charities and the diocese to ensure that provide an overview as to the ethical, moral, and financial considerations each of us is called to make as Catholics. They've established the Legacy of Faith Society, which will annually host a Mass and luncheon to celebrate and perpetually pray for the individuals who have made legacy gifts. On your table, you will find a legacy brochure that is designed to encourage you to consider the ministries that have impacted you and your family in your lifetime when making your beneficiary designations, estate plans, and wills. We come together tonight as supporters and believers in this legacy of Catholic education. Through your generous gifts, the Celebration of Faith in 2018 provided $200,000 in assistance for Catholic education. In addition, $12,000 was added to the Celebration of Faith Education Endowment Fund. That's 10% of what was raised on this night 1 year ago. The $200,000 in Celebration of Faith funding was allocated as followed. The neediest families desiring a Catholic education for their children were provided $140,000 in aid through the Tuition Assistance Program. These funds, combined with the funding assistance provided through their local schools, open the doors for 152 children to enter our Catholic schools. Support from last year's event included 4 scholarships of $2,500 each for students seeking to attend a Catholic college or university. Of course, most of the children in Central Washington, most of the Catholic children, do not attend a Catholic school. And for these children, the responsibility for teaching the faith rests upon the families and the parishes and our religious educators. Religious education students receive an average of 30 hours per year of instruction, as compared to 1,000 hours for our children in Catholic schools. It is imperative that we make those 30 hours count. The Parish Religious Education Program grants allow parishes to receive funding to ensure that they're able to build welcoming, engaging, and transformative faith education programs. Through your generosity, $32,800 was provided to 20 different parish religious education programs in support of curriculum, stipends, audio-visual equipment, and retreat programming participation. Our kids today are full of the world. They're constantly bombarded with information, much of which conflicts with the truth. In order to encourage adults to want to enter the classroom, we must help them to feel confident, capable, and informed. We must provide them with the training necessary to lead our kids in faith. In an effort to address this need, $17,200 was provided to 21 different parish and programs, including the Mission Congress that was held today. The goal for the 2019 Celebration of Faith is once again $200,000. Understanding the relationship between time and money, and aware of the fact that funding from this event is truly impacting our ability to educate our kids in the faith, 10% of what is raised tonight will once again be dedicated to the Celebration of Faith Education Endowment Fund. Building this endowment will extend what is now annual giving into perpetual support for faith education in our parishes and schools. Our partners have underwritten the cost of this event and additionally have provided $85,000. Our goal for tonight is to raise $125,000, and I believe we can do it. Remember, the bills are all paid. 100% of your gift tonight will be matched and will lead our kids to Christ. We have a little over 300 households represented here tonight. I took a few minutes to crunch the numbers. $125,000 would require an average gift per household of $400. It struck me $400 is in line with the monthly cost of Catholic school tuition. I wonder, could you afford to pay the equivalent of 1 month's tuition to ensure that all our kids have opportunities to learn about Christ and His church? Of course, serving our God has never been about equal gifts. Working together and giving as we are able, I know we can reach this goal. Later in the program, you'll be given an opportunity to participate in this powerful ministry. Until a year ago, I was only vaguely familiar with the name Father Robert Spitzer. After learning that he would be our keynote tonight, I started listening to his podcasts and visiting his website, crediblecatholic.com. The experience reminded me of the first time I read the book Real Love by Mary Beth Bonacci. I was in my 20s. I was married, and Steve and I were the Life Teen Youth Ministers at our parish back in St. Louis. The subtitle of that book is Answers to Your Questions on Dating, Marriage, and the Real Meaning of Sex. It provided apologetic-style answers to hundreds of questions posed by teenagers. And I have to tell you, I was angry. In the book Real Love, I found great explanations for the things that even as a teenager, I had known to be true in my heart. I was angry that I had not been given the words to defend God's plan for me regarding love and marriage. With such great wisdom available, why had I not been fortified with anything more than, I'm Catholic, and sex before marriage is wrong? The rhetoric of unbelievers is even more sophisticated today than it was 30 years ago. But as Father Spitzer attests, there is more evidence for God and the Catholic faith today than there ever has been before. But our kids don't know it. In just a few minutes, Father Spitzer will share with you some of his findings to provide resources that are easy to navigate and tangible for you and for me, for our educators, and for our parish families. Thanks to Father Spitzer and other leaders in the faith, we have the resources necessary to help our children put on the armor of God and defend their faith. Just a few years ago, Amy Krausscheid, who's in the room, she's our superintendent of schools, and just at this event just a few years ago, she said, "Let's help our children learn to walk with the Lord as their guide. Let's help them form their moral compass with Jesus and not with the world." There are struggles in each of our parishes and schools. In supporting one another, we realize the possibilities of what can happen in our own communities, and we can better appreciate the blessings we have already received. Thank you for being with us tonight. There is no greater gift than the gift of faith. Thank you.